I'm here in Dubai at Otaku Me, which is the flagship store in Times Square. It is the #1 hobby destination in the region. And I'm standing here today with the CEO and founder, Case, who was kind enough to give us a moment of his time to talk about Otaku and his journey as an entrepreneur.
The store more or less started in a bit of an indulgence in wanting to kind of have a business that lines up with some of my personal interests. So I found the hobby of building plastic models, something that's very entertaining, it's fun, and hey, it would be amazing if I can actually, turn this into a business as well. So it kind of stemmed from that. But what you see here in the background is a bit of the end result. It didn't really start like this. Very, very humble beginnings, and kind of bit by bit got to this point. It's not that I was this battle-hardened kind of entrepreneur and really had a lot of business know-how. It literally stemmed out of a passion. This would be cool to do this, right? And so the very obvious missing part was that kind of level of business acumen. Along the way, I could have benefited more with kind of better decision making, more kind of informed systems to kind of help me decide better. That would have helped me quite a bit. Kind of an ultimate goal I have is very focused on serving community, and I think we do it best the more accessible we are. And I think one of the things that I've always had in mind as a target is to actually, geographically expand with kind of more branches and have more physical locations, because this community actually requires the physical store, because we have like build stations where people can come here and build. We have paint stations. So that's something you cannot replicate online. And with our mini 4-wheel drive series, we have a racetrack that changes every week. And so maybe kind of an ultimate goal is to kind of get to a point where we can actually franchise Otaku Me to kind of really expand.
Case has just touched upon quite a few interesting components about a business, which is all the moving parts that it takes to actually build and grow a business. I mean, having a community, being able to expand your geographical footprint, all of these things are really something that any type of business owner does go through.
With great difficulty is maybe one way to say it, because I feel like these decisions have to be taken with utmost care. You have to be very careful. And personally, I feel like I really do need the guidance. I do need someone with that business acumen to kind of really help me along the way. And I think one of the things that really goes a very long way is to have some level of consultancy kind of assistance. But I actually find that that's the sort of thing that most businesses need, but it's a bit prohibitive. It can tend to be a rather expensive endeavor. So I actually really like what you guys are doing with trying to kind of lean in on AI. I think it's a real enabler. It really does allow that level of know-how to be kind of more accessible. It's a sort of thing that does not break the bank, but you can benefit from AI taking a kind of an overarching look at the whole business and really coming to a point where it can see things that you as a business owner might not immediately have your focus on, and might say, I can see that your receivables are piling up. You need to do something about that. Or this is your aging stock. You have to take a decision on that. And so suggesting that sort of outcome is the sort of thing that an expensive consultant might give you, whereas an inexpensive AI tool can also make it more readily available, especially to struggling smaller businesses.